Your glow up is under attack. Cut off these 5 toxic people now to protect your peace and power. Meet Tasha. She thought she had it all. A fairy tale love story, a dream wedding on the horizon, and a fiancé who seemed like the perfect man, a tall, charming, wildly successful surgeon who adored her. Every moment felt like a scene out of a movie. But behind the smiles and champagne toasts, her world was quietly unraveling. Tasha was a true believer in sisterhood. She couldn't imagine walking down the aisle without her 3 closest friends, girls she'd laughed with, cried with, and trusted for years. So, without hesitation, she asked them to stand beside her as bridesmaids. What she didn't see coming. These women were hiding knives behind their fake smiles. As the wedding date crept closer, small cracks turned into full-blown fractures. One friend constantly complained, undermining every decision Tasha made, from the dress she wore to the flowers she picked. Another made cruel jokes about her appearance, whispering that Tasha wasn't pretty enough to marry a man like him. But the final betrayal? That came from her best friend of over a decade, the one she trusted the most. On the day of the wedding, while Tasha was getting her makeup done, heart pounding with nerves and excitement, her world shattered. She walked in on her best friend cornering her groom in a quiet room, trying to seduce him with whispered lies and a twisted smile. Tasha's heart cracked open. The betrayal was almost too much to bear. The people she thought would lift her up had been quietly tearing her down the entire time. She spiraled into heartbreak and self-doubt, questioning her worth, her choices, and even her reality. But here's where the story changes. Tasha didn't let the jealousy and sabotage break her. She stood taller. She confronted her fears, shed toxic ties, and chose herself, her peace, her dignity, her power. That wedding? It became more than a ceremony. It became her rebirth. Radiant rebels, betrayal can break you, but only if you let it. Jealousy is a silent killer, and sometimes the people closest to you are the ones rooting for your downfall. But your power lies in recognizing the signs and refusing to shrink. If you've ever faced betrayal, heartbreak, or had to rebuild after someone tried to dim your light, keep watching. Today we're diving deep into how to protect your peace, rise above jealousy, and stay unshakably confident even when the world is falling apart around you. And if you know someone who needs to hear this, share this video. Don't forget to hit subscribe and join the Radiant Rebels community for more powerful stories and unstoppable confidence. Toxic type number 1, the subtle competitor. Radiant Rebels, we've all met her. The friend who claps when you win, but just a little too quietly. At first, it feels harmless. She compliments your promotion but quickly brings up her own raise. You tell her about your new relationship, and suddenly she's bragging about someone she's dating who's even better. These little digs might seem like nothing, but over time, they chip away at your confidence. The subtle competitor keeps the friendship in a constant game of one-upmanship, turning your wins into silent battlegrounds. It's sneaky, it's exhausting, and worst of all, it makes you question your own worth. Here's how to spot her. You leave conversations feeling deflated even when you started on a high. She always has a way of shifting the focus back to herself, and your success somehow becomes a threat to her ego. Radiant Rebels, remember this: real friends celebrate you with their whole chest. If you're always feeling second-guessed or side-eyed, it's time to step back and protect your peace. Toxic type number 2, the energy leech. This one is heavy. The energy leech is the friend who leaves you completely drained. Every conversation is about her, her problems, her crises, her never-ending drama. And no matter how much support you give, it's never enough. At first, you might feel like a good friend for always being there. But pay attention to how you feel after those talks. Are you emotionally wiped out? Do you feel like you're carrying someone else's weight, while your own needs get buried? This toxic type can quietly steal your joy and leave you running on empty. You deserve relationships that pour back into you, not just take and take. Keep your eyes open for patterns. Does she show up for you the same way you show up for her? Or are you constantly the emotional dumping ground? Protect your energy like it's gold. Because it is. Toxic type number 3, the shade thrower. We've all seen her, the friend who just can't be happy for you. You share your glow up, your new job, your engagement, and instead of pure joy, you get passive-aggressive comments. Things like, must be nice, or I could never pull that off, but good for you. It's subtle, but those little jabs are loaded with jealousy and insecurity. Over time, their negativity starts to mess with your mindset. You might even catch yourself shrinking your wins just to avoid their attitude. But here's the truth, radiant rebels, their shade has nothing to do with you, and everything to do with their own unhealed wounds. Don't let someone else's bitterness block your blessings or make you dim your light. Your success is a mirror. Some people will reflect joy back at you. Others will reflect their own pain. Be brave enough to keep shining anyway. Toxic type number 4, the user. Radiant rebels, let's get real about the user, the friend who's MIA until they want something. You know the type. She pops up with a friendly text, acting sweet, and right when you're thinking she missed you? Boom, she asks for a favor. It's always about her needs. Whether it's a ride, money, a connection, or your time, she's only invested when there's something in it for her. And while you might tell yourself you're being generous or helpful, the truth is, these transactional friendships are hollow. You walk away feeling used, not valued. Here's the clue, when you need support, she's suddenly too busy or disappears altogether. It's a one-way street, and you deserve mutual, meaningful connections. Protect your worth. Your kindness is a gift, not a resource to be exploited. Toxic type number 5, the manipulator. This one cuts deep because it's wrapped up in guilt and control. The manipulator disguises her tactics as love, but make no mistake, her goal is to keep you small and dependent. She might say things like, I just worry about you, or if you really cared, you'd do this for me. It sounds concerned, but underneath? She's twisting your choices to fit her needs. You feel obligated, torn between loyalty and your own gut instincts. Pay attention to how often you're second-guessing yourself around her. If you feel trapped or constantly guilty, that's a huge red flag. Real love never comes with strings or silent ultimatums. You have the right to make decisions for your own life, without being manipulated into guilt or fear. The harsh truth, you can't heal in the same place you're being hurt. This is where it gets raw, radiant rebels. You cannot bloom in soil that keeps poisoning your roots. Holding on to toxic friendships, whether out of history, guilt, or fear of being alone, sabotages your growth and drains your feminine energy. Tasha's story proved it. You can't step into your power while staying connected to people who secretly want to see you fail. Your peace, your glow, your entire well-being depends on surrounding yourself with people who truly love and respect you. Choosing yourself isn't selfish, it's survival. It's how you protect your softness, your joy, and your magic. Actionable steps: how to cut ties with grace. If your heart is heavy because you know someone needs to go, here's how to start, gracefully and guilt-free. Get clear on your why. Remind yourself of the patterns that brought you here. Distance quietly at first. You don't owe everyone an announcement. If a convo is needed, keep it simple and kind. Try, I'm in a different place right now, and I need to focus on my own growth. Don't get pulled back into old cycles. Set boundaries and stick to them, no matter how uncomfortable it feels at first. Protecting your peace is an act of deep self-respect. Radiant Rebels, leveling up isn't just about your glow-ups, dream jobs, or perfect pictures. It's about guarding your space and only allowing in people who lift you higher. If this opened your eyes or gave you that push you've been needing, like this video and share it with another Radiant Rebel who's ready to protect her peace. You deserve friendships that feel safe, loving, and real. Don't settle for less.